The Outlaw Takes a Bride, a Western historical romance, The Burnett Brides, Book 2, written by Sylvia Mcdaniel, narrated by Lia Frederick. Chapter 1. Tanner Burnett sat in the stagecoach dressed like a banker, the string tie around his neck feeling like the noose he'd been running from for the last 10 years. The wooden coach rocked and rattled along the bumpy road, dust rising from the spoked wheels through the open window and settling on the black suit he detested. God, he didn't want to be here, dressed like this, waiting. Yet there was no way to change the past, and he didn't feel like trying. But there was a box of gold on this stage. The contents of the strong box could go a long way toward his freedom. He sighed and glanced across the seat at the beautiful young woman with burnished red hair and hazel eyes. She was the only thing about this trip that had been pleasant so far. She definitely made the scenery much better than the rolling hills of the Texas hill country. The other passenger who sat beside him was an older woman on her way to visit her daughter. The three of them were cooped up inside this hot dust catcher rolling toward Fort Worth. The name of the city conjured up images of home and family, images he quickly pushed away. Those memories belonged to another man, another lifetime, and he could never go back. He could never face his family again and let them see the man he'd become. "Mr. Tanner, what kind of business are you in?" the older woman asked, jarring him from his casual perusal of the lovely young lady across from him. "Banking," he said, thinking it sounded important. He glimpsed out the window, wishing the woman would leave him alone and let his eyes feast on the beauty across from him. "What about you, Miss Anderson? What brings you to Texas?" the nosy old woman asked. "Do you have family here?" Tanner couldn't help but glance at the young woman. She had ample curves, and with her high forehead and well-defined cheekbones, her face was both beautiful and full of expression. He watched her contemplate the grandmother's question, her hazel eyes large and vivid. "Of a sort, yes," she said, vague with her response. "I'm originally from Jonesboro, Georgia." She glanced at him, her gaze distant and aloof. Her lips were full and ripe for kissing, and before his mind traveled in that direction, he reached into his pocket, pulled out his watch, and glanced at the time. The waiting and wondering were nerve-wracking. "Lord have mercy!"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?